I believe we are live. Looks like we're live. All right. So, howdy, homesteaders. Today, I'm going to make a special live video, and I'm not going to have all the same special effects that I normally put in videos, but maybe look, a little bit more than ordinary. A little extra special. Today, I am going to talk about content creators, specifically for small channels. Like right now, as of making this video, we are a very small channel. We don't even have 100 subscribers yet. But we are growing, and if you are a small channel, you don't become a big channel overnight. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of time and effort, and it takes a lot of patience and perseverance to get to that level. And I'm still trying to get to that level myself. But one thing you have to do is make sure you don't give up, because if you give up, you're definitely not going to get to that level, right? I mean, I have at this point about 60 some subscribers. If I were to just get discouraged and say, well, I'm doing all this work, I'm making all these videos, and I'm not making any money actually by spending my time doing this, and also the equipment that I've got to do this, which for me is actually kind of minimal. I don't have a lot invested in it yet. A lot of this stuff are things I already had. But still, you invest time, you invest money, you do all these things. I mean, my homesteading would be a lot easier if I didn't have to videotape everything, right? And doing all of that extra work, and you're not seeing anything from it. You're not getting a single penny. You're not making any money whatsoever. It just seems like a waste of time. It seems like you put in, you put in, you put in, and you just don't get anything back. It's what it seems like. So I know what it feels like, because believe me, I experience those very same feelings. And I just want to talk about some options today. And I've been going through different options, just trying to find different ways to make money while my YouTube channel is growing. Because until you reach that minimum of 1,000 subscribers and I believe 4,000 hours of viewing time, and I think that's an average of viewing time for the whole year. Unless you reach that level, you can't even apply to be a partner. So, it seems like, well, it seems like a really long way to go, and it is a long way to go, but it can be done. I mean, channel after channel after channel, they keep meeting this criteria, and then they become partners, and then they get monetized, and they can begin to start making some income off their YouTube channel. And so that's what we're trying to get to as a YouTube creator or a content creator. Really, uh, we're using the YouTube platform, and that's great. As long as we're able to use that, that's great. As long as the YouTube platform's here, I think it's a good thing. Uh, and it seems to be working out for a lot of people. So I don't want to say anything bad about that at all. But really, we are specifically we're content creators. We create content. Every one of these videos, including this video, you have to put some thought into it. You got to put some time into getting it together. You're actually creating a mini movie a lot of times, and you got to think about, okay, I got to make sure I don't put too much in there. I got to cut a lot of stuff out in order to make it fit the format. I don't want to go too many minutes overboard because people lose interest, and they won't sit there that long, and I want to get them to watch the whole video. So do I do a 10-minute video, a 5-minute video, an 8-minute video, or do I just chance it and go 20 minutes? These are actually things that movie makers deal with all the time. Whenever they try to get it in their 90-minute format, their hour-and-a-half format. Or do we want to go a 3-hour long epic movie? And will people sit in the theaters that long? Those are things that they think about. And there are tons of footage that they have to cut out in order to fit the format. So you have that, and then you have the production. Who's going to pay for all this stuff? Who's going to produce all this stuff? I do. I have to produce it myself. I have to put it together myself. You know, some people do scripts and stuff, and that's fine. I typically don't. I just get a few basic ideas of what I want to be in the video, and I try to touch on those things as I just organically go through it. Uh, but there's still work that has to be put forth in that regard. And then you have to figure out, okay, now after you put all the video together and how you edit it, are you going to do anything special with it? Are you going to do anything to catch people's attention? Uh, you know, these are all things that movie makers think all the time. So you are the entire movie making crew, and likely just one or two people, either just you or your wife, and that's it. You know, that's pretty tough order to do all those things and condense it down and then put out a good quality video. So that's very difficult to do. Actually, I'd say being a content creator is a lot more difficult than being on a staff of a major movie project. I'd say that's a lot easier. That's a lot easier because if you're in a major movie project, you just have to worry about your job. You got to worry about what you're assigned to do, whether it be running the camera, and you have to understand art and composition and lighting and all these things when you're running the camera, but that's all you got to worry about. You don't have to worry about storyline or is this person in continuity? Do they have the same outfits on, or everybody pointed in the same direction as all the people on their marks? Those are things you don't have to think about as a cameraman if that's all you're doing. But if you're a director, now you have to think about all the direction, and you even have to know something about camera work to know the types of shots that you want to get. So I'd say probably the director is probably the most involved role in making a movie, but still they're not doing everything. They're not delivering the lines. They're not, you know, putting the content in there. You have other people who have those roles, and uh, you know, having to do that all by yourself is a lot harder, a lot more difficult. So you have to think about that. There's a lot that goes into it. So you know, you get discouraged. You say, well, why do I do all this stuff and I'm not getting paid a dime, not a single penny? You know, why should I do it? You know, why am I doing it? Well, one day in the future, one day in the future, you're going to make money. But I'm going to tell you something today where you can actually start making some money as a small content creator. As a small content creator. Now, I've looked at different things. I've looked at BitChute, and that's a good alternative platform where you can put your content over there on BitChute. And it's good to have your content on different platforms to be open to different audiences and different groups of people. And I also like BitChute because it's decentralized. So no matter what happens, you know, your videos cannot be deleted because it's not centralized. It's not on a centralized server. So that's important to have that as a good backup. Now, right now, BitChute is kind of like on the rise, but they're not quite there yet. I don't think there are any people out there that are really competing with YouTube in any real degree at the moment. They're just a couple upstarts that are trying and struggling to grow. But still, there's a good number of people on that platform. I think last I checked, about 300,000 people on there. That's a substantial number. So that's an audience that you can get to. So as a content creator, you want to have as much audience as possible. And some people have different opinions about different things. And there's people that might only want to be on BitChute and nowhere else. So the only way to get to those people is to put your content there also. Does that make sense? And then also another platform I was looking into and I'm using right now, it's called BitTube. It's bit.tube. If you want to go to that page. And that one is what I really want to talk about mostly today. Because, you know, we can all talk about Patreon and stuff like that. And, you know, if the viewers really value your content and they want to donate to you on Patreon, that's great. You know, if they want to do that. But as a small content creator, it's hard, very difficult to get anybody to want to donate anything on Patreon. It's just the sad fact of it is until you become that big channel, until you become that well-known channel that gets a lot of views and a lot of attention, there's not a lot of people who really want to donate to you. I mean, it does happen, but it's rare. It's rare. So you might even see that as a dead end, possibly, or it could be a great thing if You put out content and people start giving you money through that, and that's what works for you. That's great. And I am using Patreon. So I'm using Patreon also. I'm not here to talk bad about any platform. Let's put it that way. I'm not here to talk bad about any platform. I'm just explaining some of these options. So, getting on multiple platforms is important. But BitTube, bit.tube, I like that one the best because that has the best possibility for a small content creator to make some money. Now, it might not be a huge amount of money, uh, but it's something. If I was just making $5 a month, even though it's not much, it's something. It makes you feel like you're doing something. It makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. It makes you feel like you're going somewhere for no other reason than to just spur you on to keep going. Uh, that's a good thing to do. I mean, as a beginning channel, if you can just say, okay, I just started a couple of months ago, and you could just start making, $5 a month, that's phenomenal because usually you got to wait a couple years before you make anything. So that's what I like about bit.tube. You can do that right away. Now, the way that works, it's built on the blockchain, which is also decentralized. And there's a lot of technical things I'm going to kind of briefly go over. But to be honest with you, I don't fully understand it myself. I don't fully understand it myself. I'm just trying to put forth the information that I've got. So it's built on the blockchain, and it's decentralized, so your videos cannot be deleted. Your videos are safe. There's really no censorship that's going on there. Obviously, you have to follow all the laws, and I would never lead anyone to go and do anything illegal. So make sure that your video content is conforming to all the laws. And I believe in God, so don't sin against God with your videos. And that's what I would ask everybody to do. But still, you know, you're not going to be censored. If you put something that's reasonable on there, you're not going to get knocked off of there just because of your opinion on things, right? So that's important. For someone who's a small content creator, we all have opinions, and we want to get our opinions heard, and that's part of our expression. So that all comes into our creation of our content. So yeah, that's valuable to have a place so you don't have to worry about getting your product censored, right? So that's important. So right off the bat, that's a good thing. Another good thing is I'm going to show you here in just a few moments how easy it is to get all of your videos from YouTube to be ported over to BitTube. Very easy. It doesn't take but maybe an hour, maybe two, depending on how many videos you have. I did all of my videos within an hour. Within an hour, all my videos was on BitTube. Now, it doesn't put it on there in order, so it's not in order if you do it the way I'm going to show you, but it puts it all on there. And then what I've just simply done is I've created a playlist that keeps all my videos in the proper order. So if anybody wants to watch my videos in order on BitTube, all you have to do is go to the playlist that I've created, and I'm going to show that here in a moment as well. Now let's get down to the brass tacks, the nuts and bolts. What do I mean by you can make money on BitTube? Okay, now this is the part that I don't fully understand, but I'll give it to you the way I understand it. There is a new currency that's been going on, and you may have heard of it. It's called cryptocurrency, and it's a digital currency that is emerging. And there are a lot of different cryptocurrencies out there, and maybe some of them might not be legitimate. I don't know. But there are a lot of very, very legitimate cryptocurrencies out there. And basically, the way I understand it is this thing called the blockchain. It's a new technology, and basically what it does is everything that moves along the blockchain, it can be tracked at any part of the movement. So if I use this blockchain to ship a product somewhere using this blockchain, right, then I can go back and find out at every part of the journey that package went. Every part of the journey. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it, which is what's really being used for the most, is bank financial transactions. When a bank in one country does a financial transaction with a bank in another country using the blockchain, then they can find out at every moment of the transaction what took place. So that's the value of it, right? That's one of the values of it. Another value of it is every time they add another block to the blockchain becomes more secure. And apparently, these computer programmers are able to use vast amounts of computing power. And they need a lot of computing power to do this. And they try to find weaknesses in the blockchain. And if they find a weakness in the blockchain and they publish a new block, which makes the blockchain stronger and more secure, then they get paid for that. And they get paid for that in Bitcoin. I think you've heard that before, in the cryptocurrency. That's the number one cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. It's at the top, right? So they get paid in Bitcoin for improving the blockchain. And that's the way I understand it. Now, it's probably more difficult to understand. I was reading a lot of articles, and a lot of it was way over my head. I just couldn't understand it. But this is just the way I've been able to piece it together in my mind. So if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. And if you know more about it, maybe you can put that in the comments below the video. But anyway, so a lot of people don't have enough computing power to add another block to the blockchain. So what they use is the BitTorrent. Now the BitTorrent, what that does is it uses all the computers in the network that are contributing to the blockchain, all the computers in the network that are working together for the blockchain. All that computing power can be shared. So they take like some of the computing power from my computer, some of the computing power from another computer, whoever's participating in the blockchain. They borrow some of your processing power to accomplish this task. And since you contributed to them attaining this block to the next blockchain or whatever, they get compensated. You also get compensated also. So you're also getting compensated in cryptocurrency. All right, now that's how I understand it. Now, I could be wrong about that, and they do cryptocurrency mining, and mining is basically what all you're doing is using your computer to contribute to the blockchain. You contribute to it with your processing power, and by doing that, you're mining cryptocurrencies, and as you get cryptocurrencies, you accumulate crypto wealth, right? Now, all this just sounds like fantasy, like, okay, it's just a made-up currency. None of this is real. It's just a bunch of numbers that you're talking about. It's almost like a video game of sorts, is what people might be thinking. But there's actually an exchange. There is actually an exchange that is put together, and it's run in the same way a lot of other currency exchanges are run. A lot of people don't realize this, but the American dollar is on an exchange. Same with the euro and other currencies in the world, and how the American dollar is valued compared to the other currencies of the world, or vice versa, depends on where they are, kind of like on the stock market of currencies. Sometimes our currency might be up. Sometimes it might be down. Sometimes another country will have their currency be up or down, depending on whatever currency it is. And just like any stock on the stock market, people like to buy when it's low and sell when it's high. And when they do that, they make profit. You sell something when it's low value, and then it becomes high value. You sell it at high value, and you've just earned money. So the cryptocurrencies work the same way. There are a lot of different cryptocurrencies out there, and some might be low, some might be high. So people might go into a cryptocurrency when it's low, and then knowing or hoping or whatever that it goes high. I mean, you can track things, you can look at the history of things, you can read articles, find out the futures of things, just like with any other stock. I'm not talking about insider trading. I'm just talking about making predictions on where you think that that's going to go. And if you believe it's going to go up, you buy it when it's low, it goes up, you sell it when it's high. And that's basically how it works as far as I understand it. So there is real trading going on, and that adds validity to the currency. And then obviously, bottom dollar is, can you turn it into American money? Can you turn it into United States dollars? And yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can actually take your cryptocurrency, convert it into Bitcoin, and then take your Bitcoin and convert it into uh, dollars. Just convert it into dollars. And the exchange rates are going to vary. Now, right now, it's actually really low. Right now, I believe one Bitcoin, might be worth about 5 cents or 6 cents or whatever in actual money. And that might not seem like a lot, but the fact that it's worth anything should get your attention. Because this is what I'm getting to. Whenever you are on BitTube and you are watching a video, right, you are earning cryptocurrency. And it's a cryptocurrency basically called BitTube. It's the BitTube cryptocurrency. And then you earn cryptocurrency by watching videos and by people watching your videos. So simply by doing the same thing you're already doing, watching videos and having other people watch your videos, you're earning cryptocurrency, right? And when you earn that cryptocurrency, then you can take that cryptocurrency and convert it into money. And that's where it comes back. Now, right now, Bitcoin, you can get about 6 cents, 6 cents per for the BitTube currency, about 6 cents, right? So if you do the math, I think it's like 25,000 BitTubes. About 25,000 BitTubes is somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,300 to $1,500. Okay. Now that's where it makes sense. Okay, so if you can actually get enough views on your videos on this platform, plus you're watching other people's videos, you're actually developing a community on BitTube. By developing that community and everybody watching each other's videos, everybody is earning cryptocurrency that can turn into money. So I'm not just talking about money for content creators. I'm also talking about money for content viewers. If you like watching my content and you like watching other people's content in homesteading or whatever thing you like to watch, wouldn't you like to earn money while you're doing it? And even if it's not very much at first, the more you watch, the more you make. So even if you're only making $5 or $10 a month, you're getting paid to watch the videos that you already like to watch. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's what BitTube is in a nutshell. I really encourage you to check it out. I'm going to show you some things here in just a moment. So right now, I'm going to show you something here. This is my BitTube. I'm actually going through and watching all of my own videos that I just loaded up. I'm watching the playlist that I created. And just by doing this, I've already been generating cryptocurrency. I've been generating cryptocurrency since the beginning of this video. So here I am generating cryptocurrency just from watching this video. And that's all you have to do as far as earning cryptocurrency. So I'm just kind of watching this through here. So I'm going to take you over here to my channel. And on my channel, I have the banner up here at the top. And you can see that. Had some trouble making it look right, but it just seems impossible. So don't worry about how the banner looks. It might even be better just to use a regular texture background for your banner. It seems to be really hard to center the banner to where you can actually read it. But anyway, that's not as important. Let's see if I can get this to work here for me. Why is this not working? Okay, here we go. All right, so here's my channel, and you see that I have all my videos listed down here. Of course, they're not in order because I had to transport them over, but I was able to put them on a playlist. I put them on this playlist right here, and this playlist is called First 51 Videos in Order. So if you go to my BitTube and you click on my playlist, it says first 51 videos in order, and you watch all 51 videos, you will earn cryptocurrency. You will eventually earn money watching my videos. Okay, so that's where I think is really important. Um, so you can actually watch my entire playlist of 51 videos and earn cryptocurrency, just like I'm earning cryptocurrency myself by watching my own videos. And then I'm also going to find other videos that I like to watch, other content that I can agree with that I would watch. And by watching content that I enjoy watching and that I agree with, I can get paid for that too. So that's important. Now, as far as uploading, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You go right over here on the sidebar, and it says Upload Media. So you just click on that, and you have two choices. You can either upload media files from your computer, right? And that's one way you can do it. You can upload it from your computer. But to go back and get all of your archive videos and upload them from your computer, that takes a really long time to do. And I found you don't really have to do that. You can do that afterward if you want, but really you don't have to do that. Here's the thing I really want to show you. If you click on where it says connect to YouTube, right? And you have to go in your settings and you have to make sure that your streaming, when you go to connect, it's going to ask you um, to connect your YouTube channel to there and give permission to BitTube to transfer videos and things like that. So you have to go through those steps and click OK and agree and all that stuff to get the two channels linked together. Then once the two channels are linked together, then you get to a screen like this whenever you go in here, and it shows a list of the videos that have not yet been ported over. And the reason why I still have videos on here is because the first 4 videos I actually uploaded from my computer directly. So since I didn't do it from YouTube, it's still showing here as if I didn't do it. But really, it's just as simple as all you got to do is you just click on either select all, which that's going to be your fastest one, is select all, or you can click on each one individually. There's individual check marks. You can either uncheck it or check it, and then whatever has got a check mark in there is going to transport over. It's all going to transport over, whenever you hit the transport. Now, sometimes if you have a lot of videos, if you scroll down to the bottom, it'll say load more. Make sure you click that. Make sure you click load more and go down and load more and go down and load more and keep clicking on load more, load more, load more until all of your videos are visible, that you can scroll up and down, to, I don't know if you can't see me right now. So you can scroll up and down to get to all the videos. And then when you click select all, it's actually going to select all. When you click select all, it's only collecting what's visible in the viewing pane. So if it's visible, if you've got all of them revealed where you can see all of them, then you click on select all, and it's going to select all the ones that's in that window that you've got there. If you understand that, that makes sense. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated and say, why didn't it do all of them? Why didn't it do all of them? Well, you're going to make sure that you load all of them onto your browser. And once all of them are loaded onto your browser and they're all viewable by scrolling up and down, then you go all the way back up to the top and click select all. And it's going to select all of those ones that are visible right there. So that's important. So then all you got to do after you do that is just like I said, you go right back up to the top. Right back up to the top, and it says Start Import. And you click on Start Import, and it's going to take about an hour or two, depending on how many videos you've got, but it's just that simple. Just that simple. All of them will be transported over. All of them will be transported over. So that's easy. I mean, that's even easier than BitChute, and I still use BitChute because it's good to have alternate platforms. But right now, as a small content creator, as I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, which I'm not going away from YouTube, as long as I'm able to be on YouTube because it's a larger audience, as long as I'm able to head for that goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do everything I can to get to that goal of 1,000 subscribers. I'm still going to try to make that criteria because once that happens and I start making money on YouTube, and I'm already making money on BitTube, and maybe I'm making money on BitChute, then I'm making money on multiple platforms, then maybe I can support myself and do homesteading full time. Right now, just so you know, uh, I've been looking for jobs. It's been tough. I've been putting in resume after resume after resume, filling out all kinds of applications. I'm just not getting jobs. So what I had to do is I got a job delivering pizza. So now I'm a pizza delivery guy. It's money coming in, which is better than just money going out. So you have to have some money coming in. It's not enough to pay my bills. So I'm going to be struggling right now to try to get through. Hopefully I can get something to work out. Hopefully I'll get one of these other job opportunities to where I can, start making a decent wage to where I can pay all my bills. I'm still struggling with that. I really appreciate your prayers on that. Please pray for us that we'll be able to get opportunities like that. I don't know if the BitTube is going to be generating enough money right off the bat. That would be great, but I think it's still going to be cumulative. It's still going to take some time to build those views up, to build up that cryptocurrency. And when you get cryptocurrency, you don't want to do it every week. Now, that's another thing too, is you actually get your cryptocurrency every 7 days. So all the viewing that I'm doing right now, and all the people that are viewing my videos and the videos that I'm viewing, all that's taking place in a 7-day period. Then they calculate all that up, and then they post your cryptocurrency to your wallet every 7 days. But just because they put cryptocurrency in my wallet doesn't mean I'm going to run out there and exchange it for cash. Actually, it's a lot better to let it build up. That way you have a large amount that you can transfer all at once. Like maybe, like I said, 25,000. If I had 25,000 BitTubes, then that's worth transferring over, because just like any exchange, this is another way that the currency makes money, is that whenever you exchange from one cryptocurrency to another cryptocurrency, you are charged. You're charged for that. And like if I were to take my BitTubes and turn them into dollars, actual money, then I'm going to be charged actual money for doing that. There's a transaction fee, right? And then taking that from the actual money from my wallet and transporting it over to my bank account, there's a transfer fee. That costs actual money. So you're not going to want to transfer $5 worth of cryptocurrency, because by the time you get done charging your fees, you'll actually owe them money for the transfers. You can't do it. Actually, it won't allow it. They'll have like minimum amounts that you're allowed to transfer before they'll even do it, because the transfer fees are going to be higher than the amount itself. So you want to make sure you have a large enough amount. But I'm okay with that. A lot of people might complain about that, and I can understand why they might complain about that. But I'm okay with that, because how did I get the money? I got the money by watching videos, people watching my videos. Watching videos, people watching my videos. That's how I got the money. So if I got to pay something for the transfer, at the end of the day, if I've got actual money, then for me, it was worth it. It was worth it to do that. Now, hopefully these transfer fees will be low, and they'll stay low, and people don't start getting greedy and start jacking them up high. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And if that does happen, I'm sure there's going to be enough of an outcry against it that it probably wouldn't be able to prevail very long. I mean, it's just like anything else. There is competition out there. So if I see some place that's offering transfer rates at this rate, but I can get a better transfer rate somewhere else, chances are I'm going to go with the better transfer rate. But again, this is brand new. And anytime you have something that's new, you still have to be a little mindful, a little cautious, because there are a lot of scam artists out there. There are a lot of people out there posing as exchange places that, oh, we will exchange your cryptocurrency, and they might not. They might steal it. So you have to be careful. Make sure they're reputable. Make sure that they're well known. Other people are using them. Check to make sure that there's no scams associated with them. You got to do a little bit of homework, but then you find one that you trust, and you transfer your currency over, and you end up having money in your bank account that you can actually pay your bills with. So I know this is a long video. I actually went longer than I was going to go, but hopefully it's got you interested. I'm interested in it. I'm actually going forward with it. I'm going to be continuing to make my YouTube videos, but I'm also going to be available on BitTube. Please watch me on BitTube. If you watch me on BitTube, it is helping to support us. And also, it's earning money for you. It's earning money for you. The more of my videos that you watch on BitTube, the more cryptocurrency you're going to make. Okay? And you need to check into that. You need to check into that. And if you want to donate to me directly, you can do it through BitChute, clicking on the little green money sign on BitChute. There's a little green money icon there at the bottom. You click on that icon and you can directly donate to me. You can also, for that video, I really like that video. I really appreciate this video. I want more people to watch this video. And you can actually donate to that little green icon on that video, however much you want to give, 10 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, whatever. You can do that on that video, and I'll receive most of that. You know, there is a transfer fee, right? But I'll get most of that. So please do that. Also, you can go to my Patreon and support my channels that way by becoming a producer or executive producer. You know, on my Patreon, different levels of giving you can do on there. That's definitely going to help us. And then another thing too is, just contact me and just let me know you want to help us out, and we can work out something there. But the main things is just go through BitChute or Patreon, or watch my videos on BitTube, and continue to watch my videos on YouTube, because I'm still looking for that goal. I'm still trying to get monetized there. So this is just a video. Hopefully I've encouraged you. If you're an upcoming content creator, whether you're in homesteading or not, this might be good news for you as well, and a good place for you to also have a platform. Not that we're all leaving YouTube. There's no reason for us to do that. Why not have different audiences? You know, I have my YouTube audience. I have my BitTube audience. I have my BitChute audience. A lot of people are using Steemit, using DTube through Steemit, and they have a Steemit audience. And why not have all these different platforms with all of your content on all these other platforms? Why not do that? So, this has gone longer than I expected. This is going to be a great video to watch on BitTube, because the more minutes you watch, the more cryptocurrency you earn. So if you watch a big 1 hour video or a big 2 hour video, and you watch that whole thing from start to finish, you're going to make more cryptocurrency on that. If you just watch it for the first 2 or 3 minutes and you click off onto something else, you're not going to make as much money. So if you watch each video from start to finish, from start to finish, from start to finish, you're going to make more cryptocurrency. So it's good to have longer videos, and that brings me to my final point. All my videos on YouTube are abbreviated. They're actually cut out to make them shorter so that people will watch as much of them as they will, and that they don't lose their attention span. So I actually shorten them down quite a bit to fit them on YouTube, trying to keep somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes on that platform. Now, on BitTube, I'm going to have the extended version of the same video. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to put it on BitTube in the large version. The big 1 hour version is going to be on BitTube, and then the 20-minute version will be on YouTube. So if you see a video on YouTube that you like, and you just want to see, well, what else was in there? What did he cut out? What was it that was taken out of that video? I really like this video. What was removed? Watch it on BitTube, and you'll see everything in its entirety on there. The only thing I'll cut out on those videos is things that don't make sense, things that don't look good, things like that. But if it looks good, it makes sense, I'm leaving it in. I'm not taking any of my conversations out. All the conversation is going to be left in there, full length, and you can watch it on there and earn cryptocurrency. So I hope this has worked out for you. And like, subscribe, and continue creating content and continue watching content. And most of all, praise Jesus.